Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mark Experience. Today we are going to be playing a one-off set in our Patrons world, which will be happening a little bit after our Delinquent Heroes little mini campaign. If you're interested in that, please go listen to that first, as it'll explain a little bit more about the world. I will be DMing today instead of Rowan, and today we will be playing a little one-off I call Thirdstringers. Say hi, everybody.
Hi!
Hello!
Hello!
I'm finally playing a character in Patrons.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'm very excited because, honestly, I'm gonna be real, our patrons, like our patrons thing is probably my favorite series. Like, I love Eden's Grove and I love Bypass, but Patrons just really hits that superhero nerd in me and supervillain nerd in me that's just like...
I think we're all pretty hardcore superhero goofballs, so I think we'll probably end up playing
I
here
wouldn't
a lot.
say I'm hardcore, but I do have a fan of some superhero movies.
We like superheroes.
Most of my superhero experience is Megamind.
Yes!
You know what? That's valid. That is valid.
The best superhero movie.
Which I feel fits very well with Thirdstringers.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Thirdstringers is a story about a group of C-list third-string villains who are trying to make a name for themselves. Think like Kite Man from Batman. We're gonna be telling a story about all the little minor villains that are trying to do something really truly incredible to make it so that people finally see them and respect them. Would you guys like to introduce your characters?
Before we do, I want to say that if we're going with our Patrons villains classes, we'd be O-list.
Yeah. Pretty minor.
We are O-class, which is everyone else villainous types and wannabes.
We are the wannabes. That is
Yeah.
exactly what we are. I would like to go last.
Alright.
Sure.
I can go first if y'all want.
Okay.
That would be lovely.
Alright. I am playing Dark Nega King, who is a delinquent class, and his normal name is Kosuke Nakamura. He's a young Asian boy who likes to dress up in Harajuku street fashion, and he doesn't have any powers except for being exceptionally smart. So he uses gadgets and hacking, and he creates various holograms and illusions with them to give the appearance of having powers.
That's very good.
And he dresses up in very 1970s Japanese superhero movie outfits. So think Kamen Riders, Ultraman, all that stuff.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers is Kamen Riders, basically.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
They're both Super Sentai shows, just with different names.
Yep. So that's Kosuke.
Yeah. The fact that you're an evil, goofy Power Ranger is so choice. All right.
So, I am playing Apollo. She's the outsider. Her name isn't actually Apollo. That is her transfer student taken name, because she doesn't believe anyone can ever pronounce her actual name. And it's true, and I'm not going to say it. She is a tall, dark-skinned woman with really, really curly, long hair, and, kinky hair. And she has, in human terms, vitiligo, so, parts of her skin are patched lighter than the others, but those parts glow gold. And she is wearing, it's her school uniform, but it is this flowing white and gold robe, kind of, made out of, chiffon, clearish cloth that's very light and blows easily in the wind, and also seems to glow. She's just having a great time to be here. Definitely trying to go to school.
Do you want to explain why Apollo is a villain?
Yeah, sure. So, she was supposed to be a transfer student from her planet, which is a sun on a different part of the different solar system. And she got lost. And she doesn't know how to get to where her school is. She thinks she's in the right place, but she can't figure out where the school is. So she's hanging out with these lovely two people who are definitely going to help her find where her school is.
She was probably supposed to go to Mars, but on Mars, all the places are underground.
Did we just establish there's like Martians in this world? Like
Yes.
Martian Manhunter lives here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Riley's just like,
I'll keep that in mind.
alrighty. And alrighty, so I'm playing the Legacy. Their villain name is called Meltdown, but their name is Thiago Sepulveda. They go by they, them, or he, him. And they look like a more masculine, but more like masculine, androgynous person, with one eye being a greenish-gray color and the other being a vivid gold, with their long black hair pulled into a ponytail with the front bangs dyed kind of like a dull orange-red color. And they normally wear like pretty regular clothes, but their villain persona has a rather unique costume that's definitely the same base as their family heroes costume, which are called the Keepers of Prosperity. But that instead of the grays, blacks, and blues, theirs is a suit of like deep maroon and black with hints of neon yellows and oranges, with the Keeper's insignia, which is usually a balanced silver scales. On Meltdowns, it is a faded dark gray with the scales tipped heavily on one side. And instead of a simple silver domino mask when they wear it, Meltdown wears a black visor across their eyes.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to go into so much detail about the about the costume.
All right. Do you guys have a team name?
No. Most of us made our characters last night. Like, you think we have a team name?
I made mine when I was in elementary school.
We made our heist plan 5 minutes before we started. Like,
How long have you guys been working together as villains? Has it been a long time? Has it been a little bit of time and you've just now kind of strengthened numbers grouping together?
A few weeks, maybe?
I'd say it's been a little while, but it wasn't like a straight off, let's meet and pull a heist. It was like, hey,
Yeah.
we kind of have some similar interests.
Yeah.
I filled out the part that was like,
Relationships, yeah.
when our team first came together.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of action that they've had before. I'd say this is their first big, like, instead of, let's just do a small, like, shop robbery or something, or whatever they decide to do.
I feel like you guys have been on the scene for a while, even if you haven't necessarily been working together for a bit, especially you, King. I think you've probably been... It takes a while for this level of frustration and desperation to build up in a person.
Oh, yeah, I've got... Kosuke's backstory is that he has been expelled from multiple schools for a lot of various, like, pranks and stuff. The first instance of him being, like, quote, villainous is, in second grade, he took a tablet and changed his grades on the teacher's computer, so he wouldn't have to do assignment.
That's very good.
I was gonna say that was where, like, his intelligence started to show through as well.
I would say Meltdown's frustration is all in regards to their family. It's very, like, strict, very strong, uptight. Like, I don't know how many people, like, think of a really strict, like, religious family, but then add on the weight of having enhanced abilities and having to take, like, help save a city. And it was just so much built up frustration because they're not seen as powerful as the rest of their family with their enhanced abilities. So they kind of, this is the big lashing out, like, no, I'm done. They, like, completely left, like, their family in frustration and anger. And this is the rebellion stage, is instead of being a hero, I'm gonna be a villain because screw you.
You're pulling a straight up Red Hood right now.
Yeah, no.
You Jason Todd mother trucker. Also, Lyle relates. Lyle gets it.
And Apollo has no qualms here, no stresses. She's just having a great time. She loves you guys.
I know.
Riley, I want to know what amazing
Yeah?
city name we are in. Because this
Okay.
list from our world building notes has such great names. I want to know if we're on one of these or something else.
I had a name prepared. Let me find it. That's right. Okay.
What?
Sorry. I found the city name I chose.
Yes?
We are in the beautiful Grand Great City.
Yes, I was hoping it was that
oh my
one.
god.
I was looking at that one on the list, crossing my fingers.
This is Grand Great City.
Yes. Oh, so happy.
That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful and wonderful.
I need to let you know that Apollo is going to be putting Grand Great in front of everything now because that's how she thinks things go.
Oh
Grand Great
This
City.
is a city. This is Grand Great City's library. The Grand Great Library.
This is
Yeah.
This is the Grand Great City Library. This is the Grand Great City Grand Great Library.
no! Oh
Oh, wonderful.
no! Ah,
Oh, I love this.
This is so goofy already. Dark Nega King,
Yes.
would you like to describe your villainous plot for the evening?
Yes, because I basically made all of it.
Also, you are in a basement with your teammates, and I want you to do this in character.
okay.
Okay, before we start, can we say that, so Kosuke lives with his grandmother. Can we say that this is
Mhm.
his grandmother's basement?
Oh no.
It is absolutely his grandmother's
Yes! Yes!
Alright.
This is your last planning session that you can take while she is napping.
Alright. I'm gonna set the scene a little bit. So Kosuke's
Please do.
grandmother is full Japanese. She moved away from Japan after getting too old to help fight the various large monsters that appear in Japan pretty frequently. She used to have flight abilities. She can still fly, but with her arthritis, she can't risk the landing part of it, so she doesn't fly
Oh.
anymore. But she is old grandma.
Was your grandma a Power Ranger?
Yes.
Yes. Where do you think
Please?
Kosuke gets it? Like,
She was one of the original Power Rangers. She played the pink one.
she probably still has the suit, but obviously it doesn't fit. Like,
Oh my god. Did Dark Nega King alter his grandma's old costume?
Oh my god.
no, he didn't take his grandmother's. Actually, he made his own, and it's based off of like those kind of suits where it's like you have like one item and it spreads to the rest of the suit.
Okay.
Yes.
That's part of his gadgetry.
You know, Power Ranger shit.
That's the concept. You're in a little old grandma's house, and there's probably like steamed buns on the table between you guys.
Yes.
Tiago is munching. Right off
Yep.
the bat.
Apollo is also munching.
They're all munching. Like,
Apollo has one in each hand and is munching both.
Kosuke's Nana has like really good cooking skills. Anyways, back to the heist.
Yes.
These great grand buns.
Yes, you can eat the steamed buns while we talk. Alright, guys. So, here's how it's gonna happen. I've got my projectors. I have them set up to project holograms of a couple different things depending on what we need for the situation. Apollo, you're going to set them on key buildings around the city. I'll have a map for you. Tiago,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to set off fireworks as a distraction to move our target away. Everyone's going to think the fireworks are just a part of the founding anniversary for the CCWP that's going on tonight.
Hell yeah.
Real quick, who's the target?
We'll
the
get to
camera
that.
shifts to a seat in the background to reveal
Oh no.
a 6-foot-tall blue man in a swimsuit. He has a fish for a head. The back of his shorts say Bad Bass. I would like I would like to introduce you to your fourth team member, another minor villain, who also wants people to take him more seriously. Bad Bass.
Riley, I'm gonna die.
It's a joke on Badass.
Riley, I'm gonna die.
He used to be a world famous athletic swimmer. He said he was going to swim the English Channel all on his own, and at some point during swimming through the English Channel, he was hit by a bunch of radiation and he became a fish man. He could not go back to work as an athletic swimmer because he is now a fish man. And so he lost his job and no one takes him seriously anymore.
How old is he?
He's
That's what I was just thinking.
He's probably like way older than us.
You're all like he's like 27.
Oh my god! He's like, I was gonna say he's like 10 years older. Why do we have
bold of you to assume Kosuke is anywhere near 17?
True.
Fair.
True. I know in my mind Tiago was like 17, yeah. Like that was my mind.
I think in human terms, Apollo is like 18 or something, but they're probably older than that.
I was gonna give you either Bad Bass or Terrible, which is a genetic experiment on Dan Gray Duncan, went horribly wrong and turned him into a Minotaur-esque figure. Now unable to find normal work. He's low-level crime, like robbing convenience stores using his bull face.
Dude, let's have Terrible.
No, it's Bad Bass.
Fine.
Riley, you're
it's
killing
Bad
me.
Bass, actually.
I'm
sorry,
right.
I think I missed something. Who's the target again?
Kosuke rolls his eyes.
When he talks, bubbles come out of his mouth.
Tiago pinches the bridge of their nose and just goes, Bad Bass, we've talked about this.
We're kidnapping Christine Tucker.
Christine Tucker, the famous movie star?
Yes, the famous... Okay. Let's go through the steps again, right? Marksman, the movie, just came out, and they cast an actual super to play Marksman, and he got really famous, and now he's getting tons of, like, gigs and money and stuff just for being an actor and a superhero at the same time, but they didn't even cast a super for the villain. Like, if they're gonna be giving superheroes money for playing superheroes, give a villain money for playing a villain. At least then maybe the villain wouldn't be blowing up towns.
I could have played the supervillain. Where's my shot? I'm famous.
Exactly. So anyways, we're kidnapping Christine Tucker. We know Chris played the love interest of Marksman. Maybe everyone's gonna love that. I'm sure it'll look great in the press.
And then Tiago just goes while munching on the bun, fuck Quip. Like, just murmurs that as they're eating.
Quip's gonna be there?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, English isn't my first language. What is fuck?
Tiago chokes.
It means screw Quip.
That. And Tiago goes,
Fuck Quip?
Yeah.
and Tiago just puts a hand on her shoulder and he goes, I am so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here too. I love you guys so much.
Tiago's trying not to laugh.
Kosuke cannot swear because he is 14, and if he swears, his grandmother will know.
Oh no!
14?
Yes, perfect. Good.
He's
Okay.
14!
Okay, so Kosuke is like the Artemis Fowl of this group, but
Yes.
if Artemis Fowl dressed up in Harajuku fashion...
Masks is a game about teenage superheroes. You guys should, 14 is perfect.
There's a 14-year-old, a 17-year-old, and maybe an 18-year-old. We don't know her exact.
And then a 27-year-old.
She's somewhere between 16 to 19 in human terms. Probably like 40 or something in her terms.
By the way, I want to say that Kosuke's Nana has definitely threatened Bad Bass to turn him into sashimi if he does anything to the kids.
Oh no!
No! You know what? No, Tiago supports that. Tiago absolutely supports that. He thinks Kosuke's grandma is the best thing ever.
He would never. He just wants to be on the up and up again. He could be Aquaman. He could be this world's Aquaman. Why don't people like him?
Don't you mean this world's Hypertide?
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He's definitely fought Hypertide before, and it did not go in his favor.
Because Hypertide's actually cool.
And Hypertide controls water, considering.
Yeah. Bad Bass's main power involves, 1, being a fish, and 2, blowing bubbles, so...
Alright.
So, what exactly is happening after Tiago sets off his great grand fireworks?
Yes, thank you, Apollo. Okay. So, I'm going to hack through the guards' devices and start directing them on where to move the target. I'm just going to make it seem like things are fine, and this is just safety precautions about the fireworks. And while he's being moved, I'll try and make it look like extra support has arrived. Maybe we could swap out guards. I don't know if that would be possible. Try not to get them to touch. But once we do that, once we have the target being moved, we're going to sweep him up in your Patero.
Oh yeah, the Patero. And that's what Tiago mumbles really quietly, like, oh yeah, that.
I'm curious, at what point do I, Bad Bass, become involved in the plan?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, we
I'll
didn't
get
know
to
that you were
that.
here, so we didn't plan any parts for you.
I have a lot to offer.
I feel like Tiago turns in their seat and points at Bad Bass and goes, okay, how in this instance, without you being immediately recognized and taken down by all the heroes there, could you offer to this heist?
Listen, Bad Bass, I've got a role for you. It's
Smoke screen! And he blows a lot of bubbles.
no. You're going to be watching the target in the Patero. You're going to be making sure he doesn't get away. You can threaten to blow bubbles in his face if he moves.
He flexes. He's really muscular.
Yeah.
Wait, Riley, what is he wearing again?
He's wearing swim trunks with the word Bad Bass written across the back.
I was worried for a second he was only in a Speedo. I was very worried.
Originally he was in a Speedo, and originally he could not talk, and he could just kind of go, but I decided to change it, slightly.
His voice is better, and I'm very glad you didn't give the Speedo that is common with, like, professional swimmers, because I don't think Tiago could handle that. I think Tiago would immediately burn him up. Just firework style.
Apollo kind of chimes in, and she's like, Bad Bass, I'm not entirely sure how fish work on this planet, but how do you do in wind and fire?
Tiago is losing their mind right now. They are trying so hard not to laugh too loud.
So, like, I have the relative durability of a fish. So, like, temperature's okay, and I'm pretty tough. But not really tough. Like, a bullet would still mess me up pretty bad. I don't think I'm fireproof, but you know what? I can blow bubbles on it, and that put the fire out, so I'm pretty sure that it won't be an issue. That should be, no problem.
Apollo claps her hands together happily, and she's like, oh, lovely, then you would be perfectly fine on my flaming pterodactyl.
Your flame what?
Yes. Because Patero is a large flaming pterodactyl from Apollo's own planet. It's like an alien bird dinosaur. I understand. I'm a cohesive member of this team unit.
Really? I swear to God. I'm gonna drive over there. Dear God.
This is what it is. This is what it is to be a third string villain. Your gimmicks are stilts and being a fish and kites, and sometimes you throw eggs at Batman. Sometimes you're Condiment King. This is what you get. This is what being a third string villain is.
So anyways, after we have the target in the Patero, I'm going to use my holograms to create a decoy for police and street cameras. Hopefully, at this point, no alarms have been raised, but we can make it look like the target is just normally leaving, like with a limo, guard motorcycles, etc. While we take the actual target to a secret location. And then, finally, the last step is we'll hold them for ransom, and I'll broadcast it to the entire city, and they'll all know that we deserve to have, I don't know, movie roles?
I would say that we deserve to have more, that we deserve to be seen as more as of an actual presence instead of just the bad guys that always win, bullshit like that.
That seems like a lot. I think we could just aim for movie roles.
I think this is going to be a lovely surprise party for the marksman. It's like we're acting out a role in his own movie.
Yeah, real quick, in case I might have missed it, did you mention where the secret location is?
I was gonna ask, do we know where that is?
Well, I was thinking we could use this basement, but,
I don't think we could fit that many people into this basement.
I don't think we could fit
Does your
Patero
grandmother
into
know
this-
that we're having visitors?
Yeah. Of course she
If
knows.
your grandmother wakes up, she's gonna be pretty mad, and she's gonna ask me to put on clothing, and that makes me feel bad because of my giant neck.
I mean,
I can't wear shirts anymore.
Why aren't you wearing the sweater that she knit for you?
It's itchy.
you could just wear robes. Robes don't have.
The yarn gets in my fish scales. It's not ideal. I appreciate the sentiment.
Tiago turns to Apollo and goes, wouldn't your Patero be like a bit obvious? It's a giant flaming
I suppose that would be a problem for a surprise party.
yeah.
I figured we could throw it under a tarp or something.
I could make a smoke screen. And he blows some more bubbles.
Tiago is laughing so hard, but it sounds a little bit manic.
Wait. Guys, I think he might be onto something. If we send out Patero and Bad Bass out there, he'll make a bunch of bubbles and create a bunch of steam onto Patero. That'll create a fog mist and no one can see anything.
Yeah, people can't see through fog real well. It's one of the things about eyes.
And then Tiago probably holds onto Apollo's shoulders and he goes, I am so glad you are part of this team. Like, he's just very, like, happy because he's kept finding the joy in all of this, so he's just like, I am so glad.
Apollo's just clapping her hands excitedly and hopping in her seat.
I'm happy to be here, too.
Kosuke's like, alright, can we all agree? This is a good plan?
Yep.
This is an excellent plan.
Thank you.
There are no glaring flaws in it whatsoever.
I'm going to die.
Tiago goes, it's as good as a plan as really anyone could really think of on the fly. So you know what, Kosuke? Kudos to you.
Yep. Yeah, didn't have much time with, the whole... I really wanted to use the fireworks as a distraction, but the movie only came out a week ago, so kind of had to come up with this super quickly.
I mean, I have more fireworks. Do you need more fireworks? I know how to make them.
Yeah, but there's only one founding anniversary, and everyone's gonna be setting off fireworks tonight, so it had to be this night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the anniversary is today. We have a 24-hour window. Today is the day it has to happen.
Tiago goes, yeah,
Yeah.
I have more fireworks in my... Do you not know I make my own fireworks?
I know.
Not even 24 hours though. We have
Like 12.
we have 3.
Three?
From when we want to start this heist, 9 p.m., It'll be just as they're starting the fireworks show, but it won't be dark enough for the target to have gone home already.
All right, yeah.
Now, going by Chris Tucker's social medias, he's going to be at a party.
He really tweets a lot. It's prolific, the amount of tweets.
Yeah, he's tacky. That movie was tacky. I don't understand why everyone liked it. And this is definitely a rant Tiago has already gone over. So y'all, you could already hear the starting anger rise in Tiago's voice.
I think it was a charming movie. It was very cute. The way that you humans tried to recreate history in a way that is wrong.
Wait, you guys got to see the movie?
Yeah, Nana, could only buy 3 tickets? Sorry about that, man.
But it hasn't come out yet.
It came out last week. Where have you been?
What day is it?
He's been trapped in this basement. He's never left.
I like to imagine that Bad Bass is like a regular nuisance at the public city library, the Great Grand City no, not library, pool.
The Great Grand
public
City
pool.
Great Grand Library?
No, the Great Grand City Great Grand public pool.
He's always just a little bit wet.
He's always hanging out there and swimming laps and getting in people's way with his giant fish head.
The couch he's sitting on right now has a towel under him.
I was gonna say he probably the lifeguards probably think he's a total weirdo. They don't even
He doesn't even have a membership. He just breaks in.
He jumps the fence.
You don't understand. I need the water to survive, I think.
Baths exist. Get a jacuzzi tub.
It's not big enough.
That would maybe cook me. I don't know. I think it should maybe be cold. My head is so large, is the thing. It really...
I like to imagine him breaking into PetSmart and stealing the fish food.
Yeah. He does a lot of really minor crimes that mostly
fish-related crimes.
A lot of minor fish-related crimes and publicity stunts. He has gotten into fights with superheroes, but they always treat him with kid gloves because they don't really think he's a threat or deserves to be put in jail. So they just kind of bat him around a little bit until he's like, "Oh, you're a worthy opponent. You've bested me." And then they're like, "Yeah, okay, don't do it again." And then he wanders off and they just go about their day.
So he's taking the Class R repeated nuisances super literally, trying to get into that class.
He's trying to, yes. I have to be a repeated nuisance. That's how I go up in villain rank.
I just realized though that technically Tiago is more of an actual threat than Big Bass.
I think it's safe to say everyone here is more of a threat than Bad Bass.
Yeah.
I like to think I'm a threat.
Okay.
You are
Anyway.
a fiery threat. Tiago says that with a smile because Tiago likes fire. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Tiago is a bit not a pyromaniac, but on the people think
He's not a pyromaniac, but he's not a pyromaniac.
exactly. He's not one, but he's not now.
Okay.
He's a pyromaniac.
Apollo blushes.
So you guys split up to do the plan.
Yeah. Can we just assume the setup goes okay?
Yes, I'm not gonna have you, Apollo, have to set up the projectors. I think you can place those fine. Tiago and Kosuke, I would like roles from you to do your jobs. Kosuke to hack the guards' signals and devices, and Tiago to set off the fireworks. I'm thinking both can be unleash your powers.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I think both are unleash your powers, I believe.
Okay, let's see how this goes, because Tiago doesn't have a plus in freak.
Neither do I. In fact, I have a negative in freak.
Oh no!
Oh wait, I do not have a negative in freak. Nice. I have a negative in savior. That's what it was.
Yeah, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Crap, I didn't do it though.
That's an 8.
Okay.
They did it, but like on a 7 to 9, it's what goes down.
Mark a condition or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. Okay, so I think in this case, both of your effects are unstable and are temporary, basically.
I didn't succeed, so...
You full-on failed, Kosuke?
Yeah, so for me, hacking the guards' communication devices is a bust.
Okay, so... Tiago, you're setting off fireworks as a distraction. You are like using these small explosions and pyrotechnics to slowly drive Chris Tucker away from where he would arrive at the party. Kosuke, you go to hack the signal on the guards' devices, and you just can't do it because this is a CCWP party. This is Quip. Security was beefed up, and various superheroes.
By the way, it's
blended
entirely frustrating that a normal human, Christine Tucker, would be invited to a CCWP party just because he was in a superhero movie.
Yes.
Yeah, technically, Tiago could be if they went in like a dress and stuff, and they went no. They could be, but no.
As you're trying to get in, there's a little red beep and a little an icon of a Gundam head appears, winking, and you're like, "Ah, oh, dang it, Chromatron." Chromatron is one of your personal rivals, who is a superhero that fights crime in not a large mech, but not a small, a pretty big power armor suit. They're like the Iron Man of this world, but if Iron Man was way more anime.
Yeah, you remember that one comic where Iron Man actually built a huge mech instead of a power suit?
Yeah, Iron Man did build a Gundam at one point.
Yeah, it's that.
She's not even a real robot.
No, Chromatron is out of, you don't know this, but Chromatron is a girl your age. She's 12.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Her father's really rich. She is a super genius. She built a robot and she fights crime using the robot. And she was super generous and was happy to lend some aid to the security guards.
Alright. What can I do to fix this?
Shake it off! It's okay! You have to get into position to make it look like the target is being moved!
Yeah.
Use your holograms!
Uh-huh.
I can try to hack it.
No, you can't.
I can.
No, you can't.
I took computer classes in school. What is this, a firewall? I can bypass that. Real easy.
He's just looking at the login window.
Yeah, it's just this winking gif of a little anime Chromatron head.
Mm-hmm.
It's the robot is blushing somehow, which doesn't make any sense. She's got the rosy cheeks.
Can I try and use my holograms? Do I need to roll again to use those?
Yes, now would be the time to do that.
Because I can't distract the guards, which was my original thing to get them to go elsewhere. I'm going to try and manually direct them by using my holograms to create roadblocks.
Okay.
That's actually a really good one.
Sure. We get a shot of the CCWP party. We see like Blood Moon in like this fantastic black dress, but still wearing the mask. We see her son Timberwolf there with his friends. He formed a small little superhero team called Phoenix. They were invited by Blood Moon. They look way out of their league here. Census is here in like a fantastic tux. Future Man is here. He is just in his normal bodysuit. He is like laughing really loud and patting Hypertide on the back, just like, is it too much? It's hard to tell.
Would Philosopher be there?
I
feel like he got the invite but didn't come.
Also, I'd like to mention that Hypertide is only there for the sake of the party. He is no longer a member of CCWP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're still friends.
Yeah.
I'm not removing the fact that he's not in Quip anymore, but I think like they're like, hey, you'll always be a member to us. You're always invited. You can always hang out. We'll always keep you like in touch. Like, There's no hard feelings there at all. And like as we're seeing all of these superheroes in various like states of gala dress or just in their outfits, we see two guards over in the corner. And one of the guards checks his phone and is like, hey, shouldn't Chris have been here by now? And the other one's like, yeah, that's a little weird. It's like,
Reese,
did he get lost?
Can you help me out with a roll?
Sure.
I got a 6. I need at least one.
Okay, which one is that? Is a defend?
No.
It's... Where is it? I don't know.
Oh, is there no, like...
You spend team.
There's team.
You spend team to aid in this game.
Oh yeah, how much team do we have?
You have one.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about team.
We always forgot about team.
Because it was hard to remember.
One of the guards is just like, I'll go out and do a quick lap looking for him. Like, he's probably late or, like, going to the bathroom somewhere. But just, you look around the party. I'll just take a quick look. If we don't see him, we'll let the rest of them know. And, he walks off outside.
Can Apollo check Twitter?
Yes, Apollo can check Twitter.
Apollo can check Twitter.
What would it be called in this universe?
Tweeter.
Tweeter! No, I think...
No, you know what it's called? It's called Speech Bubble.
Oh my god.
Speech Bubble? I was gonna say chirp, but yeah, Speech Bubble.
Speech Bubble, and like you have your own little icon, and when you make a post, it looks like it's a little comic book speech bubble coming out of your icon.
I love that.
You can change the style of it to make it like the explosion kind, or just a normal speech bubble, or like a thought bubble.
Like a pow.
Yeah.
I love it. It's horrible, and I love it.
Dude, I want that social media.
It does this thing that superhero comic speech bubbles do where they randomly embolden words.
Yes.
Just like, it's supposed to, like, make emphasis on those words, but it really just...
And supposed to make reading easier.
But it just really seems like random words got put into different font. That's what happens with speech bubble.
Oh, God. So, check speech bubble.
Yeah, I'm checking speech bubble. As part of her transfer thing, she was given an iPhone.
Meltdown, you are, like, chasing this man through the streets with firecrackers or whatever. Like, what are you doing, Meltdown?
I assume he's in a car or something. Like,
yeah, like, how are you driving him into the bottleneck that your team has prepared?
Yeah, so because couldn't direct the guards, which, I don't know, he's a celebrity. Is it really guards?
Yeah, there's guards at
bodyguards.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like security.
Yeah. So Dark Knight King is setting up projections of what looks like roadblocks, like construction and stuff, which obviously, like, for anyone that's been at that light before he turned it on was like, why the heck is there suddenly a roadblock in front of us? But to Chris and his guards, they drive up to that street, they see a roadblock, guess we gotta turn.
Yeah, okay. So you do successfully have Chris going the way you want him to, between Meltdown's fireworks and Dark Nega King's holograms. But the point of failure is that the guards are now looking for him and are trying to figure out what's going on, and security is alert. Because you didn't successfully manage to hack the guards' devices.
I guess Patero's just waiting at the end of the road for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we agreed that Patero's stands out too much to actually bring into the area, so that's why we're directing.
So, Apollo, do you want to directly engage a threat to kidnap this movie star? I would love it if you would roll directly engage a threat, Apollo. With your giant flaming pterodactyl from space.
For sure. What is directly engage a threat? Is that...
roll plus danger.
Danger. Oh, boy. Flashes back to Apollo saying, I like to think I'm a threat, and I'm looking at her -1 danger.
I really appreciate how well this plan looks on paper and how well everyone fits the things, and then how poorly it is mechanically because of your stats.
So...
That's exactly how it goes, though.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So that's a 3.
You rolled a 3?
Yeah.
There's no saving that. We already used up our team.
So you, on your flaming pterodactyl, swoop down towards the car to rip it open and pull him out, like planned. And then you hear, hey, did you get the guy yet? Bad Bass is running down the street, like, full on, just, like, athletic jog. Chris sees this fisherman beaning it down the road, and he yells, and he swerves, and your pterodactyl and you just smack into the concrete, burning a crater into the street, just with a massive thud, and Bad Bass goes, oh no! They missed! The car in its swerve, hits a street light, and...
Oof.
The airbag, smacks Chris back, but he's, struggling to pull himself out of the car, and he's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? As he's, pulling himself out.
Tiago's running now this way.
Yeah, Meltdown, I'll say you arrived at the scene just now, because it was your,
Yeah, Meltdown did the explosions, and Meltdown just sees the crater and sees the street light and goes, fucking hell, and just starts barreling towards Chris because they got stuff.
Yeah.
They are athletic.
Oh no! Is this some kind of kidnapping? He says very overdramatically. Don't worry, Meltdown, I'll cover for you! And, Bad Bass blows a bunch of bubbles at a street camera.
No, blow the bubbles at Patero!
No! Right, okay! And he turns and he starts blowing bubbles at just in a random direction.
What?
I don't understand what you want me to do! Meltdown, please make your roll.
And what would I roll? Would that be unleash your powers?
Directly engage a threat.
Oh, great. They don't... they have a -1 to danger.
None of us have danger or freak.
These are very bad supervillains, and this is exactly what this game is about. I love it.
Let's see what I get. Yeah, no, there's no saving that. That's a 4.
Why are our rolls so bad today?
We have failed almost every roll.
As you're running, one of the bubbles hits the ground and pops, and it makes this part of the street kind of slick and kind of a little bit slippery, like they're almost soap bubbles. You slip on the popped bubble. You go flying into Chris, and you both fall over as in just a pile. as you take the spill into him. I would like you to take the condition insecure because you look like a goofball. You nerd.
That's exactly. Oh my god!
I'd like to make a roll.
Costume. In the meltdown costume
And
too.
Chris is on the ground. I'll give you that.
I know. I feel like Tiago just groans and whips their head over towards Bad Bass, and you can't see with the visor, but they're glaring. They are glaring. You just see a scowl.
Good going, Meltdown. You got him.
Dark Nega King runs up as fast as his little legs can take him. And I would like to assess the situation.
Meltdown and Chris are on the ground in a pile, and they're both trying to get up. They look like they took a bad spill, but they're mostly all right.
No,
they just fell
I
on
actually
concrete.
want to roll assess the situation.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the basics right now, and I'll tell you the rest after you roll superior.
All right.
I'm a kind and benevolent GM.
Thank you.
I've never done horrible things to my players ever.
I got a 12
Oh shit!
Oh,
because superior is the
yeah.
only thing I have good. I have max superior.
oh my god.
You get to ask 2 questions, Dark Nega King.
Yes.
Can I just call you DNK for short?
No, it's either Kosuke or Dark Nega King.
Okay, full Dark Nega King.
It
Why do you
must
think
be.
we've been calling him Kosuke?
Okay.
You could call him Dank.
No.
Please ask your questions.
What here can I use to get Chris into the Patera?
The Patera can pick it up with its hands.
You can knock him out. You're just on a street. People are watching this in mild confusion and fear.
Oh no!
Yes, it is like a back street, but like people are seeing this from across the way, and at the mouth of the street. Like some people heard the noise and they're like peeking in and are like, "Oh my gosh!" You could use Bad Bass's bubbles to trap him inside a bubble, maybe.
Is he that powerful?
Bad Bass can blow pretty big bubbles. His mouth is huge. Terra is getting up off the ground, so they should see it. Your main thing is knocking this guy out before he activates his powers.
All right.
I'm sorry, Riley. Riley, you pronounced Patera's name wrong.
I'm sorry, Patera. That's on me. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Okay. I would also like to ask, let's see. What here is useful or valuable to me? That is one of my special questions I get to ask.
Useful and viable to you.
Or valuable.
Valuable. Oh, his wallet in the car. There's a lot of money in that, you bet.
Alright.
Like he's a famous movie star. You bet his credit cards and stuff are pretty good.
Okay.
If you can use your hacking skills to get into his bank account, you will have a lot of money. Also, it wouldn't have the CCWP enhanced security on it because it's not connected to the party.
Okay. I know what I want to do, but can I make my move or?
Yeah, sure. Chris is getting. Did we describe what Chris's powers are? I know he's playing marksman, but
No, he doesn't play marksman. He plays the love interest to marksman.
Oh, he plays the love interest.
He plays the
Okay.
damsel in distress.
Okay, that's right. He's the damsel in distress. I'm so sorry. So he doesn't even have powers.
No.
Okay, great.
Can Tiago stand to their feet and try to kind of tell people like there's nothing to see here, like intimidate them, and just be like, "Hey, there's nothing to see here. Go away."
Sure. Roll to provoke someone.
I would like to make a roll after this.
We're going to do Dark Nega King's roll after
Yeah.
this
Okay.
provoke, and
I
then
have
you
a
can go.
+1 to that. Thank God.
Yeah.
No. That's another potential. I have 2 potentials already.
It's a failure?
Yeah.
You guys are marking experience, right? For all your failures.
Right.
Don't forget to do that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing about these games.
How many have I failed on?
What do you...
I think 1 or 2.
One?
You took a team for 1.
Oh, I took a team on 1, so yeah, I failed on 1.
I've rolled 3 separate times, and I've failed 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Meltdown, what do you yell at the crowd?
I think as they are very flustered and upset.
You think they probably saw you fall down like a goofus.
Yeah, exactly. They're just gonna be like, hey, fuck off! Nothing to see here!
Oh my gosh, I think those are supervillains! Yeah, no, I think is that world famous actor Chris Tucker? I think that's Chris Tucker, world famous actor.
Shut up!
On his way to the CCWP event celebrating his new Marksman movie. These young ruffians must be trying to kidnap Chris Tucker.
I mean, it's either Chris Tucker or Chris Stevens, or the other Chris that's also in this world.
They whip out their phones and they all start dialing 911 and superhero helplines.
No, not 911 for the superhero helpline. I think it should be, hold on. 321. Like, superhero helpline is 321. Like the countdown.
Also, that little red one fell over like a big old dork.
Shut up!
You're right, he did do that. I would like you to take Hopeless. Wait. No, I'll let the consequence just be that CCWP is on its way. I won't make you mark it second condition.
Okay. Because I was about to be like, that would be 2 already.
Alright.
Bad Bass is like, don't worry, I got this smoke screen, and he blows a bunch of bubbles at the crowd, but they're making phone calls. It doesn't stop them.
But it would get in the way of sight,
You're
I suppose.
supposed to blow bubbles at Patero.
Right.
Does Apollo say that? Does Apollo say that?
Apollo already said that, and he did nothing.
He did! He blew bubbles in the wrong direction. He was confused. He didn't understand what you wanted.
Say it again.
No.
Third time's the charm. I'd like to,
You could comfort or support Bad Bass.
Or maybe Meltdown would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, Apollo wanted to do a move.
Go ahead, go for it.
Who's taking the move first?
I'm gonna say, Jamie hasn't gotten to go in a while.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Apollo runs over to Chris and just helps both Meltdown and Chris up separately, but oh my god, I'm so sorry. We just wanted to throw you a big surprise party. It was gonna be so great, such a great, grand, big surprise party. We're so sorry. We just wanted to have some fun. It was gonna be great. I'm such a big fan of yours. The way that you're always pining over the superhero marksman, even though he doesn't look at you at all. It's so beautiful. I love you. And I would like to roll the best of them, which is a move I have.
Sure.
By telling them how much they exemplify the best parts of Earth, roll plus freak instead of mundane.
And you're doing comfort and support.
Yeah. That is a 9.
Nice.
Nice. That's actually pretty good considering
Okay.
how terrible our rolls have been.
They hear you. They're like, why, thank you, strange flaming angel person. It's always good to meet a fan. You know, I was kind of concerned what with the flaming dinosaur and the car crash and the fireworks and all, a lot was happening. But now I see it was all set up for a surprise party, and I feel a lot more at ease.
Meltdown is on the verge of screaming and definitely opens their mouth. I think Apollo would just cover his mouth.
That actually goes right into what I wanted to do with Dark Knight King.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. Go for it, Doug.
Okay. 1, after snagging the wallet while all this is going on.
So while all this is happening, you just drag yourself over to the car.
I don't need to drag myself. I'm fine. I just ran up and looked
that's
at...
right. Oh,
I ran up, looked around, and then was like, all right, I know what I want to do.
went through the smashed window and just grabbed the wallet.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
I grab the wallet. Anyway, I go up to Chris and Apollo, and I'm like, "Yeah, we were gonna we got this awesome ship for you. We were gonna take you to the party. We thought it would be so cool if you showed up in a flaming dragon. We're just really big fans." And I'm going to roll Are You Watching Closely, where when I mislead, distract, or trick someone, I roll and see if I can fool them.
Sure.
And I get to add one because I'm going off my last roll. So I get a 10. I may choose 3.
Nice.
I confuse them for some time. I
Hell
avoid
yeah.
further entanglement. And I get an opportunity.
All right.
So we are shuffling him into the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're shuffling him into a living creature.
Okay, not in, but on. Like,
On, yeah.
Okay,
whatever, saddle or whatever you have.
Sure thing. Lead the way, various colored youths.
I would be offended by that.
He meant the costumes.
All of us, though, who are colored people are just like,
Lead the way, various brightly colored youths.
Sure.
Apollo blushes. Because she is also brightly colored skin.
Yes.
I'll call someone about my car and it'll be fine. I'm very rich.
Not anymore, you ain't.
Yep, not anymore. So yeah, we get him onto the thing just fine, I suppose, if we avoid further entanglement.
I must say, this is the second time I've flown into a movie celebration on a living creature, but I think this will be the best.
For sure, my man.
He sounds drunk. Has he been pre-gaming?
I'm just trying to do the cheesiest,
Okay, no,
action
he's a white
actor.
man in Hollywood who just got his big break. He absolutely pre-gamed.
Are we sure he's an actor and not an announcer? His last role before this one was a movie announcer.
Are we kidnapping the right guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kidnapping the right guy.
Well, he only got the role for his looks, not for his voice. Or his acting abilities.
Oh, it's true, yeah. That's Hollywood for you.
Yep.
Come, strange fish man, we have to make it to the movie premiere celebration.
Well, it's not a premiere, but yeah.
The post-premiere.
It's premiering overseas.
Do we take him? Can we take him?
Yeah.
Can we go?
This is all on Patero.
Let's go.
I will say, there's not enough room for Bad Bass on the back, so Bad Bass
That's
is being
alright.
carried in the talons, and it is lightly
Yeah, that's
searing
fine.
his flesh, so he's just quietly screaming the whole time.
Oof.
Oh no.
I feel like Meltdown is trying very hard not to just scream.
It smells like cooking salmon. It's actually pretty great. Okay.
He's just trying not to scream about everything that has gone wrong already.
Step 5 out of 8. Kidnap the target. Off without a hitch, I must say.
I mean, we did it. We kidnapped the target. We're taking
I
him
will
to that
say-
second location.
Yeah, time to take him to the second location as Kosuke uses your holograms to create a decoy for the street cameras. I will say, the crowd of people that were calling on their phones, they all part now that the bubbles have popped. There's a large, burly man walking up. He is 7 feet tall at easy. And almost as wide. He is wearing a full body, superhero suit that is, blue and red. It covers everything on his body, his whole face. His mask just includes 2 holes cut out for his eyes and very thick eyebrows, that look incredibly angry. And he is carrying what appears to be just a normal sledgehammer in one hand. He has like chain bracelets and a large thick belt. He walks up, he kneels down, and he strokes his hand across the still sizzling crater that Patero left. He lifts it up. Not a lot
to track there.
He lifts it up to his face. He sniffs his hand that is sizzling. He rubs his fingers together, and he goes, "They were here."
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!